Hello, everybody. My name is Jan. Thank you so much for all the beautiful drawings. I will go through them with you. I will show you again my room. Ooh, I am again still in Amsterdam. This is my studio. And you see outside the weather is beautiful. I learned a little bit about your lives, and what I want to do is go through the drawings you sent, and we will start with the rooms. Anna made a drawing of her bed, but this is a very cryptic drawing. Like what I always like is when people also explain a little bit, that you help the viewer to see what they look at. But there is some information about this bed, for example. It has a beautiful heart on top of it. So in a way you could say it's a very loving place, which is nice. And the decoration on the cushions is also nice. And then I was wondering, either she has like two small dogs, or she has really big, how do you call it, pantoffels, the things you put on your feet.
Slippers, yeah.
Slippers, yeah. Do you recognize the slippers? Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people put slippers next to their beds, just like a bed light. But I do like the drawing, but I miss some more information. I would like to learn more about the person who's sleeping in this bed. Is it a happy place? Oh, it looks like a happy place. But do we hear sounds from the outside, or I'm just wondering if we could make it more lively. And here we have a drawing that does this. This is Mariana's drawing. And I kind of like this because instantly I recognize a lot of things. I recognize the yoga mat, the computer below, and the CDs. We can also even see what kind of CDs she has, so what her musical taste is. Celine Dion, Vincent Fernandez, Imagine Dragons. So by this we could also maybe tell a little bit about who Mariana is and what her age is. So in a way, without actually telling really specific things, she tells also quite a lot about herself. Like she likes to do yoga. She has a telescope and also racing cars on top of the cabinet. And what I like also about this drawing is that she has a window, but she also has a TV. But it looks in this drawing as if the TV is her window. She looks out into the world through the TV. So I'm also curious, like when you describe, Mariana, that you have a window, I'm also very curious, what is it you see in the window? What does it lead to? Because I think very often, like, our inner spaces also exist in knowing what the outer space is. What I like is that you put a lot of small things in it, that it's quite detailed. Like, for example, here on the cabinet, you say random papers. I think that's even quite funny. And here, shoes, shoes, my locker, it looks like a locker. It does look like a locker. Okay, so this is, I think, a very good drawing. This is the drawing of Omego. He's from Kenya. And I find this drawing interesting because it's not really a map, is it? It's more like a space where furniture is floating in the room. So I also think it's interesting that you draw the furniture, but you don't give it as if it's not used by people. And I think the things we see and the things we interact with really exist because we look at them. But in a way, they are drawn here as if they are just things. But I like the welcome mat. And I also like, I don't mind it that the perspective is totally open, because it's a room anyway. So it has a bed, a couch, a little table, a working desk with a computer. And I don't really see what this is.
I think that's a light switch or a power socket.
Yeah, power sockets.
Yeah, electricity.
Yeah. So what I like about this drawing, Omega, is that it's actually showing everything except the people that living in it. So yeah. We go to the next one. The next one is from Afra, and I understand she lives in Canada. And this is I really like this drawing from a lot of things, because not only does she show what it is, but she also tells the little story behind it, or how she got the things. For example, this is a plant pot. So a lot of people would just write plant, but you say, no, it's a plant from my sister. So that means that the things we have also have like an emotional value. We are connected to the things that surround us. And that's what I find interesting. And you also do it here with this really beautiful, with the carpet, a white rock. And this is really good, because you say this is a white rock, and although it looks like a map of Africa or something else, I immediately assume that it's a white rock. So here you really work well with language and form. And you need very little shape to explain to me that it's a white rock. Just these two words, actually. And then you say a white rock that I've somehow managed to keep clean. That's also very nice, because that's sort of like, that's the relationship you have with the rock, that you manage to keep it clean. So that also means that it's precious to you.
I saw that a couple of times, that people actually give remarks on their own behavior. Yeah, that's a bit messy or funny or something.
Yeah, but I think that's a very good thing, because when you describe, we talked about it, like when you look at a map of a city, there are no mistakes in it. Like everything that's on the map is accurate, is systematic. But when we talk about real life, nothing is perfect. I mean, real life is made of all loose ends, I think. And the only way we can make sense of life as we live it is to create stories for ourselves. But when we look at our own environment, we understand that it's not digital, that it's not perfect, but that it exists because of its imperfectness. So therefore, I also think that when people, for example, when people blush when they are very shy about something, that's always a very touching element, because then you get the feeling that you actually see somebody instead of the image that is being kept up. Yeah. I think this, and I also think of making fun of your own place is interesting, because it also means that you create the stories, or you see the things you like to do and the things how they are. You know, there's always this imbalance about it, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
We go to the next room. This is from Frank from Kenya. And he made a room without a lot of people, without a lot of life. But you can tell he really likes shoes. He likes music, I think. I also like the simpleness of the drawing, but it would be nice, Frank, maybe if you could add some more words or explanations, or maybe the chair, you got it from a friend, and maybe the window looks out on a beautiful field. I don't know. And also look at the door, and I see some structure in the door, and I'm wondering, is this like an iron door? So what is the sound of the materials, and what does it feel like? This one I was looking, this is from Irene from Kenya, and it reminds me a bit of the drawing that we started with, this one, because they look very similar, although they are different. I looked it up. But maybe this is a typical bed in Kenya, I don't know. But again, we have a beautiful bed with some embroidery on it, some flowers. And we have the shoes, the slippers next to the bed. And then we have the cabinets with I don't know, maybe those are also shoes?
Yeah, I think that's a shoe rack. Because I noticed that in a lot of the Kenyan drawings, there's a shoe rack.
So that's also interesting, that we learn that maybe we look at different things from different perspectives from where we live.
Yeah.
Nice, I like it.